So this is the Arecaceae, which is the family of the palms. Everybody already knows what a palm tree is, and so we don't have to dwell on this one too long. But it is a really important ecological group and very interesting from a sort of anatomical perspective. So about 2,600 species across the world. And what I think the cues that everyone already uses to recognize a palm are these large compound leaves. And of course, the really giant seeds, including the largest seed in the world. So they're a monocot, and they're woody, like bamboo, which means they make their wood in a different way compared to the eudicots. So which we'll get into more later on in the course. Typically have a tropical distribution, and there are somewhat surprisingly some climbing members. So there's trees, and then there's climbing palms, and then there's some which are not really herbaceous, but they don't reach a tall stature, and they don't really have a strongly developed stem. So they're a good group for thinking about compound leaves and showing the range of different types of compound leaves. And the one big distinction is between the palmately compound, which you can see here, versus the pinnately compound, as you can see on the right. So pinna, it means feather in Latin. So think of the structure of a feather with a central part of the structure. In this case, it's a rachis, and then the leaflets coming off. Whereas palm has a more palm-like way that the leaflets are arranged. The diversity within the palms is pretty amazing. So there's huge range of different kind of morphologies and different physiognomies. Woody fruits and seeds, including the largest in the world, is one good characteristic. The flowers themselves you don't think about very much. They're small. They come off of the stem in this kind of complex inflorescences at the top of the tree. And if you do look at them in detail, they're in parts of three because they're monocots, and they're often unisexual. Not always, but often there's male and female flowers and male and female inflorescences, indeed. The wood is very different to the eudicot wood, and associated with that, it's very frost sensitive. So you typically do not find any members of this group, of this family, in places where you have hard frosts and experience freezing temperatures. And there's anatomical reasons why cold temperatures can damage the stems of palms more so than you would see in eudicot lineages.